important practice question for 2025 OUT paper. So let's start. A diploid cell contains in its nucleus, that is one copy of each homologous chromosome. Okay, which of the following is not a hereditary disease, that is cretinism? देखो यहाँ पर ना मैं जल्दी जल्दी आपको आंसर बताते चलूँगा, ठीक है। और अब खुद इस चाहें तो वीडियो को पॉज करके इसका आंसर आप निकाल सकते हैं, ठीक है। जेनेटिक मैप इज़ वन दैट इट here that is establishes sites of the genes on a chromosome. Okay, so genetically engineered microorganisms used successfully in a bioremediation of oil spills is a species of dash, that is Pseudomonas syringe. Okay, the full name is the Pseudomonas syringe. Which one of the following is commonly used in transfer of foreign DNA into crop plants, that is your agrobacterium tumefaciens. Okay, so okay, let's move to the sixth number question, that is here. Which one of the following plants is monoecious, that is here this is a markantia. Okay, MHC2 may be found on all of the following except what, that is the body cells for self recognition. Okay, so the next question is okay here, resin and turpentine are obtained from what, are obtained from the pinus. Okay, and here the nerve code of the coded is a solid. Which of the following character differentiate birds and mammals, that is 7 cervical vertebrae. Okay, so the next question, move to the next question, that is sarcomere is distance between the two Z lines. Okay, which organ forms antibodies, that is tonsil. Which of the following is called pacemaker, SA node. Blackening of urine when exposed to air is a metabolic disorder in human beings. This is due to the homogenetic acid. Okay, and moving to the 15th number question, that is phenylketonuria is a genetic disorder of the autosomal recessive gene G6P dehydrogenase deficiency is associated with hemolysis of RBC. The limbs of an insect and the leg of a bird is a sorry, these are analogous. And which of the following is not a part of Darwin's theory of evolution? Which is not the part of Darwin's theory of evolution, that is genetic drift. Sum total of genes in a population is gene pool. Random genetic drift in a population probably results from the highly genetically variable individuals. Okay, and the last, that is sorry, last 21, Darwin's theory states that nature select organisms which can adapt, and glucocorticoids are produced by the adrenal cortex. Okay, basic unit of the classification is species, you know, species, genus, family, order, that is the order. Okay, okay, so let's move to the 24th number question. Okay, so here system of classification used by Linnaeus was artificial system. Okay, AIDS is due to the deficiency of T4 lymphocyte, that is T helper cell. Okay, viroids are as infectious proteins. Litmus yielding lichen is known as the Rochella tinctaria. Okay, and the 28th number question, that is interferon are produced in response to infection of the viruses. Viruses envelope is known as the what, capsid, not a variant. Okay, capsid. Interferon are the that is specific type of immunoglobulin, no, protein released by cells in response to viral interference or infections. Yes, that is. And protein molecules which render unattached cells less susceptible to viral attack. That's it. So both B and C is the right answer. And transduction was first studied in the Salmonella typhimurium. Which of the following is the food poisoning and gas forming rod bacterium? Okay, so let's move to the these options, that is Clostridium, Salmonella, E. coli, Shigella, that is Clostridium. The growth of the tree is faster during the autumn season. Which of the hormone inhibit FSH precaution in female mammal, that is estrogen. Okay, so the most common plant hormone IAA was first isolated from the human urine. Okay, human urine. And a closure of leaflet of Mimosa pudica is an example of that is thigmotactic, not thigmotropic. Nahi, टर्गर मूवमेंट भी नहीं भाई, उसका आंसर नॉन ऑफ द होगा, ठीक है। फोटोकेमिकल स्मोक इज कॉज्ड बाय लाइट मीडिएटेड रिएक्शन बिटवीन द यस नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड एंड O3. Coccineal insect are useful for the that is cactus control, and tiger is not resident of in which of the following national park, that is Gir, because Gir is famous for lions, not tiger. Full form of IRRI, that is International Rice Research Institute, that is uh, situated in Cuttack, that is okay, in Odisha. Okay, so the 41st number question, that is epiphyte are most abundant in the tropical rainforest. Which of the following aquatic ecosystem has very little primary productivity, that is river? What is deficient in the patient of hemophilia A, that is AHF, that is anti-hemophilic factor. Okay, so the next question is a benign tumor is more likely to become malignant when the tumor cells no longer respond to growth factor signals. Which of the following plants yields a fiber called sonham, that is Crotalaria jonesea? Pesticides include insecticides, fungicides, nematicides, rodenticides, and herbicides. And phylogenetic system of classification refers to the grouping of plants on the basis of evolutionary trends. Okay. The 49th is floral diagram fails to indicate the estivation of placentation. Esterase is known as the composite. Obligate parasites are those which can survive only in the presence of a living host. Okay. So the 52 is the early blight of potato is caused by the Ustilago, Alternaria solani, and symbiotic association between the fungus and root of higher plant is the mycorrhizum. Africa sleeping sickness in human is caused by the what? That is your Trypanosoma gambians. Okay, the severing of malaria occurs when schizoid are on reticuloendothelial cells. नहीं ये नहीं, मेरोजोड्स आर लिबरेटेड फ्रॉम आरबीसी विद टॉक्सिन. जब आरबीसी हाँ आरबीसी से जब मेरोजोड्स लिबरेट होता है ना टॉक्सिन के साथ, उस समय सिवरिंग होता है. हाँ बहुत ज़्यादा सिवरिंग होता है भाई, है ना. Okay, so 56. The bacteria Clostridium botulinum that cause the botulism are the obligate anaerobe. Okay, plasmid found. Okay. So the plasmid found in cells of bacteria are molecules of DNA, and who developed vaccine first time, that is Edward Jenner. Which is the fast stable product of CO2 fixation in C3 plant, that is the PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. Emerson effect is associated with the photosynthesis. The light reaction of photosynthesis supply the Kelvin cycle with ATP and NADPH. Site of the respiration in plants is the mitochondria. The end product of citric acid cycle is the CO2 plus H2O, and synthesis of ATP in mitochondria requires oxygen. Okay, and here respiratory quiescent is maximum when the respiratory substrate is glucose. Phenylketonuria is an autosomal recessive disorder located on the chromosome of 12. In a metacentric chromosome, the centromere is located between one end and the middle of the chromosome. Sebaceous glands are the that is holocrine gland. Okay, एंडोक्राइन एंड होलोक्राइन दो ऑप्शन होते हैं ना, दो टाइप होते हैं. तो जो स्वेट ग्लैंड दैट इज सेबासियस ग्लैंड वो होलोक्राइन ग्लैंड होता है. सही है.